You ever notice how you never get people show up when you've got your shit together right? Your toilet's clean. It's usually got some weird fucking poop stain or fucking some form of fucking water calcification that you can't just get off without special chemicals. And usually, if you're like me, a mad scientist, I live the life of mad scientist. Always looking for something new to research and play with. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I'm blessed that I can do that. And maybe that's worth saying thanks to the universe and be thankful. So I am. I'm being thankful for that. Because it's definitely something that I'm able to make use of. But like everyone wants to use my restroom. It's like the vulnerability. They come over, they want to use my restroom. And, you know, it's part of my room, but not connected. But I don't like people in my fucking space. Now, I know that might sound a little harsh or whatever, but when you have as many people come over as we do, and they treat your restroom like it's a fucking part of the damn McDonald's or convenience store, it makes you feel vulnerable. It's a point of vulnerability. It's not that I'm afraid. It's that I don't like being so exposed to people who are vain so readily so many times. You know, if it's just one time, you know, fine. But when it happens, it becomes a point of multiple incursions. I have to say, and I'm not afraid to say that, but that's the way it feels. It's right here. This is your restroom. You got your restroom, sir? Yes, this is my restroom right here. So you come in here, you could judge me. I mean, what's this motherfucker? That's my shower curtain. I went to buy one and it came home, it was gone. I don't know what the fuck happened. You know, I don't really take showers. I take baths because I like to sit in hot water. I like to put the salt in it. Fuck it, call me a ladies' man. I don't fucking know. It's just the way I do it. But I do take showers sometimes, so I put the fucker back up. And I put that tarp because that's what I had to say. This is normalcy. I'm trying to get back to normal. That sounds funny saying it, but it's just touching on something that's real and contingent upon the reality that we're all also enduring, experiencing, what have you. But I got the fucking party lights in here. I got a lot of shit flowing out of me today, and I'm wanting to share it. I've already got some good feedback onto some shit I've shared, so that makes me feel positively reinforced to go forward. I need that. Everyone does. Especially at now time, when the most uncertainty ever, in previous amount of uncertainties, the high level of uncertainties going on in the world. Doesn't seem stable. Doesn't look like things are going to go smoothly in the future, etc., etc. This is my home, as seen from sky. You see here, I like these. Oh, see, it fucks up. Whenever they shoot their infrared scanner beam through here, that's part of being beamed, the infrared. That's number one. When your TV changes, note it. This thing also kicks. But now I want to share this video from this point of view with my alien friend. Sitting in here, all periwinkle blue and shit. I'm gonna find a place to sit. You know, because I can't get the camera to record except for about a minute. And I think this alien should be with me here. Don't you think so, alien? Yes, I do. He says very much. He does. He appreciates this opportunity to share with the Earth humans. He comes in peace. He comes in peace. He does. He comes in peace. You will go in pieces. And I find this, you know, it's funny in one way. It'd be funnier if he spun around. allow that. I want to bring that in. So you got this alien here. You know, maybe he's Grandpa. Maybe that's Grandpa Inky. I don't know. We've all been desensitized to seeing these aliens here lately. We know there's aliens. I don't want to get into that. I don't really talk about aliens too much. I believe that that's clearly something that people are going to have to fucking figure out. So we're not the only things in this fucking universe, dummies. You see how much space is out there? If you believe in God, you think God stops creating? Are you absolutely out of your fucking mind? If you believe in God or Creator, the Creator doesn't stop the business of His business is creating. So the worlds would be innumerably populated. That's not to say that you're not important, human. Clearly the human is very much key part of what's going on here. And that's the basis of the sharing. So like, yeah, I'm blown away. So they're gonna, at some point, have to deal with the fact that there's aliens because they're gonna be showing up, or whatever happens. Or they're gonna blue beam us. Try to say they're invading. We don't know. We don't know what'll happen. But I guarantee you that the likelihood of something like that occurring during these next period of times we're coming up is more likely than ever before. I hope so. It's not that I give a shit about aliens so much, but you know, there is so much technology and shit that they just have kept hidden, you know? Prime example, number one. I'm basically a motorcycle guy. Except what? I don't motorcycle. What are you trying to say? How can you be a motorcycle guy and not motorcycle? See, since I was a child, I've always been the same person. And I knew in the future that when the anti-gravity came in, as surely Jetson showed it would, that we would have anti-gravity. And then, you know how many people die from skidding on some loose rocks? Some wet roads, some black ice? How many people die? Lots. The numbers are up there. Let me tell you what people don't die from. When their motorcycles got fucking anti-gravity fucking wheel fucking chassis. You go to take that turn, you don't fucking slip. No. You gotta definitely put yourself into the tree if you want to die. You gotta definitely put yourself into the rock if you want to die. So it just makes sense to wait. Now, certain part of that outside of time holographic holotropic. I'm a holotropic thinker. Part of why I sound like a drug addict when I'm not on drugs is the fact that I've noticed that certain drugs are already leading people towards that sort of communicating outside of linear time. Usually they get a little more schizophrenic and sometimes they never come back. However, I've already sort of got a way of thinking that way. They've tested me for this when I was in school. Said you're a holotropic thinker. You're not a normal thinker. You have a different brain set up. This is true. I come in like a holograph from the points in time, not the same way, like a hologram. That's the way it was described, and it's very interesting, and it makes it useful. Why it is useful is because if that hologram doesn't have a linear thinker reality incorporated to the structure, then it is lost. It means that if I don't do my mission, or if I'm here to do something and I don't do it, that I'm failing all those linear thinkers that are part of the structure that I'm a holograph to. Doesn't make sense? What I'm trying to say? Well, I hope in time it does make more sense. But what I'm trying to do is just share that there are things at this time that are changing, and that there are means in which we have always had and are currently in possession of what is needed to do the work and accomplish that. And sometimes we lose sight of that because we get into fear, which we start to think about things in the future going wrong. We surrender our imagination and fail. That is a major thing people do, myself included. And then what is the other one? failing to act. When good men fail to act, evil can conquer. That's what they say. Evil wins when good fails to act. You can be stifled by the situation and frozen, sort of paralyzed. And that's a tactic in war. They shock and awe you. So we need to be able to shake that off. Humor's good for that. Laughing at yourself, like my fat ass. I can do that. And generally just letting go of the bullshit that you hold on to in your thinking. I'd share this. Here's something that really bothers me. Like I say, I've shared before that, I have an ex-wife and I have a lost person situation with her because she's vanished. And I'm not a stalker in the way that I'm trying to look for her or find her, but the means in which she's vanished are suspect. They say she's okay and all this and that, and something just doesn't feel right about it. And I'll tell you why. Number one is because that's not like her. It would indicate some new form of something else that I don't know if I can readily, I don't want to identify it and say it's mind control, but I feel like that is going on with whoever the new is. For whatever reason it may be, it doesn't matter. And as I've had to deal with that in my own process, I'm aware of it, but I don't want to say it's not part of my process because I have to be aware of it. And number two is all of the discovered means of retaliatory, hate-driven, and this is what the mind control leads you into instead of healing the self and getting to where I can say, hey, I love the girl and I want to know she's okay. And I would like, if I was that person to someone else, to be able to let them know for my sake and their sake. That's not occurring. That doesn't happen. And then there's kids involved. So that's what makes it really suspect and weird. But yeah, I've found many different areas where her name and different things of her associating are in some sort of weird witchcraft, retaliatory, I'm going to get you, you son of a bitch, for doing this, which I can't get behind. I don't support that means of thinking in myself. I don't get to blame her. It's not her fault. What I did is my fault. And where I'm at is my fault. If I don't own and take that as my base of being, and why I share it is because then I can't be that person to someone else, and I can't respect someone for making their situation, which you have to do. I'm just a normal man like anyone else, but I'm an individual capable of my own miracles. And no way of fucking putting me in a box is without being able to blow your fucking expectations up on that. I found this out about other people that I've read off as this and that and the other. You do this with women. Oh, this girl's gross. She's fat. Girl might blow you away. You might be in love with her. You never know. But the ways of thinking that we have towards people, they're flawed. We think we know shit we don't. The quicker that we can admit that we don't know things, the easier we get at revealing that to ourselves and being able to share it, is the quicker we go home.